hey, in 4 years, I have achieved this. So, good body, almost 22 months of learning Japanese. I learned English, and I went from 8 hours of TikTok daily to 8 hours of learning languages daily. And so you can imagine that this person right here is not able to study languages for 8 hours daily, and he just watches TikTok, is addicted to porn, watches a lot of, I don't know, plays a lot of video games. And you can imagine that this person right here, which is myself right now, this photo is from like, I don't know, 3 days ago, something like that. You can imagine that this person actually studies languages 8 hours daily, right? And all of this because of learning languages. And so I want that same thing for you. And the topic of today is how I repeat the same immersion content and don't get bored. So the first point is stop trying to have fun always. The willingness to be bored will let you to actually have fun. This is our third point. What is fun and why repetition is actually the most important aspect in language learning. Okay, so the first thing, stop trying to have fun always. So you can imagine that the person who literally watches TikTok 8 hours daily is always looking for like this type of like feeling, this type of like, how would you say it? I actually forgot the word, but like this type of like, bro, this like he's just trying to like get those dopamine spikes in something like language learning, and that doesn't happen. And basically, these 2 points that are actually kind of connected, right? If you actually are willing to like stop having fun, like detach yourself from like literally having fun, you will notice that you have even more fun. Because let's be honest, the point in which you don't have fun is when you're looking for content, is when you're basically not studying. Basically, when you're not doing nothing, that's when you're not having fun. And so you can imagine that if you watch an anime like Monster, it will give you way less dopamine. But like if you watch 30 episodes of Monster, you will notice that okay, like you get used to actually the animation, the things, and you start caring more about the story. And so if you start caring more about the story, you will notice, okay, this is actually becoming really fun. And so the same thing happens when you stop trying to have fun. When you stop trying to have fun and you just do the thing, no matter how you feel, you will notice that, okay, I enjoy this student. I enjoy this studying. I enjoy to like, I don't know, do spreadsheets. If you actually kind of know me, you know that I've been doing like this type of study for like 2 to 3 to 4 hours daily. And basically, what I do is that I do like 20 repetitions of all of these sentences right here. So you can see that I've been studying from like Vinland Saga, I've been studying from like Haiji, all of the things, right? And I'm not going to lie to you, the first 20 minutes of like my study daily are actually kind of boring. I'm not going to lie to you, like it's just the truth, right? But like at some point, just say, bro, but like what else would what else would I be doing instead of this? Like I could be watching anime, but like anime right now is not that efficient. I could be watching a video, but like videos right now are not that efficient. And so literally I just say, okay, but like I may just like do the thing that is more efficient and like try to enjoy it. And try to enjoy it and try to enjoy the sense of putting effort. And sometimes I just literally like go to Spotify and I just put lo-fi. That's it. And believe me, if you are this person who is like, I just don't care. I just study for like 3 to 4 hours first thing in the morning. I forget about it after, and I just do the thing that is more efficient. After at least after 2 to 3 months, you will start getting lots of progress. It is just as simple as that. Lots of progress, and you will start enjoying it. It is as simple. I actually forgot the title of the video. Yeah, you will actually stop getting bored of the same thing. And yeah, some days you will get bored, but like that's not the point. Okay, the point is that you do something that you get. The point is you get addicted to actually get progress. You don't get addicted to like the content. You get addicted to the progress that you get by watching the content, the progress that you get by doing the thing. Right? That's the most important thing. The third point: what is fun? Also, you can imagine. You can imagine that fun is not watching TikTok 8 hours daily, right? Right now, lots of people talk about this. Dopamine, like having these levels of dopamine in which you watch porn, you play video games, you play TikTok, you do all of those things. That is not fun, right? But look, I mean, I do kind of like, I actually keep watching anime, but like I do it after I do like my study with like spreadsheets. I do this for like 3 to 4 hours, and then I can like kind of like do the more enjoyable type of study, right? And so you can imagine that, yeah, basically watching TikTok for 8 hours daily, as I did, is not fun. Watching TikTok, watching, I don't know, porn after you watch the porn is not fun. Well, when you're like fapping and all of the things, yeah, it can feel kind of pleasurable, because I mean we're doing something that is literally necessary for as a human being, right? Which is literally reproducing with other people. But like after that, you literally say, okay, but what the fuck am I doing? And so you can imagine that the golden times in which you actually were happier were literally when you practice for a test, were literally when you're, I don't know, let's say what you did. You ace a test, you practice for a sports competition, you practice for, I don't know, a test in your college, and you aced all of those things because you practice for like 2 months straight for 3 hours daily. That's the thing that is enjoyable. That's the thing that you remember. But like, are you able to remember what you like the 3 hours that you were on TikTok yesterday? Like, you're not able to remember that thing. It is as simple as that. You're not able to remember. Well, maybe you're able to remember the piece of porn that you watched yesterday, but like, you're not happy about that. In 10 years in time, you will not remember that today you watch porn. Like, you will not remember that. But like, will you remember 20 years, 30 years ahead of time that you actually were able to study languages, to study a language for 8 hours daily, and you learned you learned like 3 languages in what year? Like, probably you will remember that. Like, I'm not saying that learning 3 languages to fluency in 1 year is possible, although I do think that depending on the language, it can actually be kind of possible. But like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it as an example, okay? So, why repetition is actually the most important aspect in language learning. So, you know for a fact that when you start doing immersion, okay, the logical advice is do Anki, learn some vocabulary, learn some grammar, and start doing immersion. It doesn't matter if you have like 20% of comprehension, it doesn't matter if you have like 30% of comprehension, still the immersion. And that's the advice that usually people do. That usually people basically tell other people, right? And so, what will happen if you literally, let's say that you watch an anime, right? And you get like, from that episode, you get whatever, I don't know, 100 sentences from that episode, and you put them, I don't know, on a spreadsheet like this. So for example, I watched 6 episodes from Kaiju yesterday. Yeah, no, 6, actually no, 2 to 3 episodes from Kaiju yesterday, and I just basically went to the AI and I just basically told them, okay, give me 100 sentences from Kaiju, translate them, and don't let them be the same as these sentences that I have right here. So basically, it doesn't repeat. And I put the most important thing. And imagine that if I repeat those sentences like for 2 hours, 200 repetitions of those sentences, are you able to imagine that I will not be able to like learn those sentences? Of course I will. Of course, like, I'm not saying that if you do like 200 repetitions of that sentence, you will able to like remember it forever. Of course not. But like, you can do something like go to the AI too. Let's say that we go to the AI and we generate an audio file with native audio, because I mean, this sounds really, honestly, if you hear this audio, you will say, okay, this is really like, this sounds honestly really real. And I graph all of these sentences right here, and I tell, okay, speak these exact same words, and I have that audio, and I literally repeat that audio again and again and again, and I say it out loud, and I read it, and all of those things, and I do like 30 repetitions of those 30 sentences, of those 100 sentences throughout the day. Don't you think that I will learn that thing like really efficiently? And so that's repetition. So for example, let's say that you're learning an anime and you watch 3 episodes today, and then after 3 hours you watch those 3 episodes again, but you study like some vocabulary from the episode and you watch it again, and then you study some more vocabulary from the episode and you watch it again. That is repetition, and that's how you get actually to understand the language. And so there's people who say, okay, but like, start enjoying more this concept, which is ambiguity, right? You need to like you need to like resist the ambiguity. But in reality, you don't really have to resist ambiguity anymore. Like literally, you can go to the AI. I'm telling you, you can literally go to the AI. You can create a story with the specific type of vocabulary that you want to use. So for example, let's say that I want to study like these 5 sentences right here, and I will say, okay, use vocabulary from these 5 sentences and create a story of, I don't know, 500 words. Literally, you can do that right now, and you can put it on the level that you are. So let's say that you are an N4, N5 in Japanese, and you can literally do that right now, and it basically is just way more easy to do comprehensible input right now. You literally don't need any more to do to resist a lot of ambiguity anymore, right? And so that's why repetition is the most important aspect. If you repeat a sentence 30-40 times, you will know that sentence for sure. If you read it, if you read it, if you listen to it, if you read it aloud, like all of those things, right? And that's that's the last point. And if you want to know, if you want to get more specific type of autistic advice when it comes to language learning and being healthy and being more productive, I assure you that if you check the 2 first link in the descriptions, you will get more progress. Right? The first one is my free coaching. You get a 30-minute call with me. I will help you, and you can literally get a free call with me every day if you want. Every day if you want, as long as there's no other people wanting to get a call with me, right? And that's it. The other link is basically my community. Imagine if you have the person like me or a friend who is inside of the community too, and you literally like, I don't know, compete with him. Like who is going to do more immersion hours today, and you guys compete for that, and the one who is not able to do it pays $10 to the other one. Like, you get way more price if you do that, and literally you can do that with me. I know for a fact that there's people, okay, but like how many people there are in the community? It doesn't matter, you can do it with me. Like literally, yeah, basically that's what I do with the clients that I have inside of there. And yeah, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want more people to know about this. And yeah, that's it. Thank you.